heads up, this is like the 5th time I've tried to record this, but, there's a plane that's flying, that's circling Ronald Reagan International, because I'm guessing it's got like this. Why are people still traveling? It's there's a pandemic. Why are people traveling so much that the runways in the airport are just so full of traffic that they've got to have planes circle? It just makes no sense. But yeah, so originally this was going to be a role play, but I decided that to stop editing and go ahead and work on this video because something happened. So I teach lessons, and one of my students is my cousin, and I teach his lesson. He did good yesterday, and then my parents tell me that, like, they were telling me and my sister at dinner that he tried to hurt himself, and then that he was thinking about killing himself. And my parents looked at my sister and they were like, "Hey, well, you should talk to him since you had depression." Now, I correct them and say, "You said you had depression." She never actually got diagnosed with depression. She just said she had it. She felt sad. And I'm not discrediting anything or anyone with depression, but me personally, with my family being my family, I know that it's I don't trust my family, only because they don't trust anything I say. So I always make sure that I don't believe in anything unless it's actual, factual, or like on paper, official, stuff like that. So it was, so my sister, I'm getting sidetracked, but my sister was saying, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna say anything because it's not my place to." And then my parents are grilling her for not wanting to help him. And so I told him, I was like, "Well, he's my student and my cousin. How about he just practice more, just for himself, not just to get better, but because when you get better as a musician, you feel better, you accomplish something." All musicians could, agree with me on this. Like me personally, when I would do gigs and say I would do like 3 sets, and then like I would sub for someone else, that's like 2 more sets, depending on whatever is going on. So say I do like 6 sets that night. It's crazy. It's a pretty busy night for me. And I go to like, bars, restaurants, stuff like that. And sorry, I was checking my phone. But yeah, say it's like, and I'm having a busy night and I'm on fire. I'm just killing it. I feel great. Like in the middle of those sets, when I do in the middle of any performance and I'm doing good, I literally feel like I'm on a narcotic. Like I get like a type of high when I'm doing really good at a gig. And so I thought to myself, if he gets better and starts doing stuff, he'll feel way better. And so I tell him that, and they all look at me and they're just like, "Yo, shut up." Like, "Yo, we don't need to hear you talk." And so they get mad at me for even suggesting that. And little do they know, way back when I thought the same thoughts he thought about. I thought about hurting myself. I thought about taking my own life, but I didn't. What ended up happening is I ended up thinking to myself, the world hates me. The world wants me to hurt myself. The world wants me to kill myself. But how about I not give what the world wants? It's not my friend. Why should I do it a favor? Why should I do what the world wants me to do? I don't like the world. The world doesn't like me. So with that mentality, I thought to myself, I would be the thorn in the world's side. I will be that rebellious little guy. I'll be the Lego in the middle of the like hardwood floor, and you ain't got no socks on, dog. You just barefoot, and you step on one of those Legos, not like an ordinary Lego, like one of those like ornate ones that you get like one of the specialty ones. And you step on that like right at the base of your foot, like not the ball of your foot, but like the middle of like right where your arch of your foot like touches the ground. Like, say, if you're flat-footed, if the world was flat-footed, I'm like right in the center of your foot, and I'm a Lego, and you stepped on me. That's what I wanted to be. But yeah, and it, I was going through stuff only because, I was an accident growing up. Yeah, both my parents are still married, but they just didn't plan for me. Excuse me. So what ended up happening was, they would talk crap about me. Ultimately, when I moved out and went to Texas. Forgive the plane going by, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that plane going by. My guy, what are you doing? Land in a damn cornfield or something safely. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But yeah, so it got to a point when I was living in Texas and my parents were living in Maryland. It got to the point to where someone just left. Someone just left the room. I swear to God, if they come in here and interrupt my recording, I'm gonna be the angriest mofo on the planet. But yeah, so it got to a point to where, like, I didn't learn to drive until my 20s because my parents would switch off. I've got 3 brothers. My parents would switch off on who taught who. So my dad did one, my mom did one, my dad did another. My mom was supposed to teach me, but she refused to. So I never learned. I had to learn by myself. So, it sucked. But, and then she never explained why. I never really celebrated my birthday. It got to a point to where they thought I was like in my 20s, but really I was like 18. Like, hey, Julie, I said, come on, hey, go to the store, pick up some liquor. And I was like, I can't do that. They were like, what you mean you can't do that? I was like, I'm 18. They're like, no, you ain't. I was like, look at the birth certificate. And because I didn't have a license, because they didn't teach me how to drive. So they checked everything. They were like, dang, you're 18. We didn't know that. But yeah, so I remember one time my mom explained to me why I didn't celebrate my birthday, why we never did. And her excuse to me was, oh, well, it's because you don't have friends. No one would show up. No one likes you. And I was like, oh, man. So it's like, the way I was treated it's not the worst, but it's far from good, and compared to my brothers, they would get, gifts. They would celebrate their birthdays. They learned how to drive. They learned, everything. And my mom didn't even like me being a musician. She didn't like it at all. She would always tell me that I should quit. And so what I did, being the thorn in the universe's side, I got better, and I got pretty damn good, actually. So, it's just, I don't know, my mom just doesn't like me at all. It got to the point to where, the feeling is mutual. When she decides to, repair this relationship, I will work with her, and I will want to build a relationship too. But yeah. Now that's not a plan. It's crazy windy. I'm gonna turn the gain down just a bit. Actually, no, screw it. I don't care anymore. But yeah, so it's like, I know where my cousin's coming from. Like, it got to a point to where I left Texas. I left Maryland and was in Texas, and I went back one year for the holidays. I think it was Christmas. And they thought, like, everyone was giving me side eyes and whispering about me. And I was like, what was this about? So my uncle was like, yo, you look good. You kick the crack. You kick it. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, what you mean, what am I talking about? You're a crack addict, ain't you? And I was like, no. See, you got in trouble for moving drugs by the cops. rappers, you got a heavy record. I was like, who told you this? He's like, your mother. And I was like, oh. I said, yo, look, dog. The only narcotic I've done was some herb, and that was it. I'm a narc. So the only narcotic I did was an herb, and that was when I took a trip to Colorado for a little bit. It was an interesting experience. But yeah, so it's like, everybody nowadays is just like, oh, make sure you stay out of trouble. Some people still believe I'm on crack. And that I was just like, oh, it was just stupid, so it was just problematic. It's a pain to deal with. But like I said, now it's like it's just crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk to my cousin next lesson. Try to mentor him, get him out of this bad state of mind that he's in. He's family. I love him. He's family. I can't stand his brother though. His brother he's an ass. He's a basketball player, thinks he's hot shit, but he's hot shit alright. He's not the good kind. But yeah, so I'll talk to him next lesson. But yeah, for anyone out there that's going through something and they hate themselves, whatever you do, you gotta learn to love yourself. Find someone that cares about you and talk to them. Talk to them about how you're feeling. But you just have to. Even if you want to talk to me, if you're depressed and you come across this video and you just want to comment down below, comment down below. I'll definitely comment back. So, or at least try to, and if I don't, try to figure out what my Instagram is. I have 2 of them. I know 2 of my subscribers know my Instagram. But yeah, so it's like, if you DM me, if you get in touch with my Instagram, you DM me, I'll talk to you for sure. All you have to do is say nothing to see here in the DM, and I'll be like, alright, you're one of my subscribers, cool. But yeah, so it makes no sense. Like I used to want to, in my own life, but after thinking, just to be honest, the people who love you and you care about you, they will miss you. But beyond that, life goes on. Nothing changes. So, don't do it. It's not worth it. Life is like terrain, The hill doesn't last forever. If you're rolling down the hill and life's not looking good, eventually that hill, you go into the valley. Eventually that valley maybe even turns into a plateau when things get good. But life is ups and downs. You gotta learn to just roll with the punches if it's bad. And if it's good, you gotta learn to, embrace the good things in life. Appreciate them. Because you've gone through the darkness. But yeah, so you guys, you whatever is going on in your life, I know everybody is a little lonely with the pandemic. I am too, not gonna lie. But you really have to be resilient on this one. You can't give up. Whatever you do, don't hurt yourself. Don't take your own life. Because someone cares about you. I care about you, whoever you are. I'm just an internet stranger, but I care about you. If you clicked on this video, in my opinion, you family. My opinion, you family. You treat me better than my actual blood family, my blood family members. Because you actually take an interest on what I have to say. So I care about you, Don't do anything crazy. Talk to somebody. Talk to me. Talk to your family member. Someone you enjoy talking to. Someone who cares about you. Talk to somebody. Because you have to push past this. You have to. Like I said, life isn't always downhill. It doesn't always go downhill. It plateaus. Hell, it rises, You might start making the climb up that mountain and see the beautiful scenery, the beautiful landscape called life. So it frustrates me that so many people go through this. Me personally, the things I would say do: exercise always makes me feel good. Get outside, get some vitamin D, that always makes me feel good. Vitamin D helps too. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, get a good diet in if you can. Meditate. I meditate every morning. My parents think I sleep in, but really it's like, my parents are like, it's 9 o'clock, what are you still doing in bed? And then I'm just sitting in the middle of my floor in my room, they're like, oh. Or if they don't bother me and I come out and they're like, what are you still doing in bed? I'm just like, oh no, I got up at like 7. I was meditating for a couple hours, and I do sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's a couple hours and I get to learn myself, but I would say meditating helps big time. So I'd say meditate, and you don't have to crisscross applesauce, you don't have to hum. Just sit in a comfortable position and just dwell. Dig deep into your mind, try to figure out who you are, try to figure out what you don't like about yourself. There's an airplane going over, I'm gonna try to talk over it, but you can't give up. Oh, this damn airplane, man, give me a second. That plane is starting to anger me. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, you cannot give up. No, correction. Not you cannot. You shall not give up. You can't. You won't. I know you can get through this. Life sucks right now. It sucks for everybody. One of my favorite songs of all time is a song by Kali Uchis. She's a great singer. The first time I heard her on a song, it was a Daniel Caesar song, Get You. She's featured on Get You by Daniel Caesar. But she has her own album. She's got her own work. Let me pull it up. Let me look. Kali Uchis. Okay, so the album is called Isolation. I'd say look into that. It's a really good album, but the album, whenever I'm feeling kind of down or I'm not feeling myself, and I'm kind of sad, I would say listen to After the Storm by Kali Uchis featuring Tyler, the Creator. Because, the lyrics for that song, they're really beautiful. I'm going to read it to you because you got to listen to the song, but I'm going to read the lyrics to you. I'm going to read them to you right now because, like I said, when I first heard it, every time I got sad, I listened to this song. Let me pull up the lyrics. I don't have it memorized. Give me a second. Kali Uchis. She's beautiful. It's playing. Give me a second, guys. While I pull up the lyrics, give me a second. But yeah, so this song, Kali Uchis, After the Storm, featuring Tyler, the Creator, pretty much starts off like this. You have Bootsy. Bootsy is also featured. He's like, oh, whatever goes around eventually comes back to you. So you better be careful, baby, and look both ways before you cross my mind. So Kali just starts off, did you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder what he might be going through on his own? And the demons that he's facing alone? I hate that sometimes I can't go home. And it just ain't the same on the phone, no. But everybody's gotta go on, don't they? And then this next part really resonates with me. This is the part that really saved me. It really makes me feel good. And it says, so if you need a hero, just look in the mirror. No one's gonna save you now, so you better save yourself. And everybody's hurting. Everybody's going through it. But you just can't give up now, because you gotta save yourself. So it's like, I want to sing this because I love this song. And I know one of my friends, shout out to Las Vegas, he was telling me, he's also a musician, like I said in the previous videos, but he was telling me, he's like, yo, you take me for a guy that took vocal lessons. Because I think that day I was like vocalizing a part of like a jazz solo, and I was in tune and I sounded good, and he said that, so I was like, thanks, I guess. I don't know if he was being an ass or if he was actually complimenting me. But yeah, so Kali Uchis' song, let's see, let's continue. The sun will come out. Nothing good ever comes easy. I know times are rough, but winners don't quit, so don't you give up. The sun will come out, but we've been struggling endlessly. Some days we'll find the love, 'cause after the storm, when the flowers bloom. Then there's the next part, the bridge. The bridge is clean. I know it's hard, but did you even really try? Maybe you can understand when all you had to do was ask and just open your mind. When everything's passing by, all you have to do is try. All you have to do is try. It's a really good song. Kali Uchis, that song saved me. It's a really beautiful song. It's kind of funky too. It's got a clean bass line. It's kind of funky. Kind of got that old school funk feel. Kind of like, not old, not like Earth, Wind & Fire, Average White Band old, but like, or like Chuck Brown, not Chuck Brown, James Brown old. Chuck Brown's jazz and go-go in DC, but you know, it's not like James Brown old or stuff like that. It's kind of like funk, like after all that, where funk kind of came back. But yeah, so guys, if you're feeling down, I'd say listen to that. Listen to that video. Listen to that song, Kali Uchis, After the Storm. It's a really good song. Give it a listen. If you guys are feeling down, whenever you're feeling down, give that song a listen. I love it. I still listen to it when I'm down. But yeah, don't give up, guys. Do it for me. Do it for yourself. Love you guys. Peace out. Also, postscript. There's probably going to be minimal editing because this video is the day it goes out. No, it'll probably go out tomorrow. But you know, I'm just tired, man. I'm just like, But yeah, so it's like, yeah, whatever. Minimal editing. Once again, love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Listen to Kali Uchis' After the Storm. Be good to yourself. Peace out.